Welcome to Up North Adventures. On this episode, we head to the Porcupine Mountains. Located in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan, this 60,000-acre wilderness includes miles of wild rivers, streams, secluded lakes, towering virgin timbers, and scenic vistas. Come along as we explore this beautiful area simply known as the Porkies. I'll show you what we got going on here. We're going to start at the trailhead here, take the Little Carp River Trail, about 7 or 8 miles, camp at Lake Superior, get up Saturday morning, follow the Big Carp River Trail, about 10 miles to Lake of the Clouds. Sunday morning, get up and take the North Mirror Lake Trail, and that connects up with the North Country National Scenic Trail for a little bit, about 8.5 miles, finish where we started here at Little Carp, about a 3-day loop. So we're just getting all geared up now. Got Carrie, Leah, Don, Fozzie, Lindsay, Scott, and Ryan. Okay, let's get this thing started. The first mile. Seconds. Elevation 1,042 feet. So if you're not familiar with the channel, I have a video series called the Smith Family Odyssey. This will be the latest video in that series. So we basically get the family together, go on these multi-day trips, different location every year, and it's just a good opportunity to get together. A lot of us live quite a few miles apart, and just to get out and enjoy nature and enjoy each other's company. So we're just coming up on our first cabin up here. Greenstone Falls. Pretty rugged trail to this point. Strange.
Why is it?
Yeah. Take a look at the first cabin here. Is there?
No.
That's a pretty fancy toilet there. Size of a cabin.
Workout resumed.
We know. Odyssey 18. What are these mushrooms called?
Artist cock.
We're just over 2 miles in now on the Little Carp Trail. I like the blazes they got on the tree here. It's stuck right into the tree. Like a Chinese star. Ninja style. Squeeze bags need to upgrade them. The bag things for them.
These things suck to fill.
Yeah, I know.
Every time you go like this, it all falls back out.
That's what I was just saying. They need to upgrade them. At this point, I had worked up quite an appetite. The previous night we spent at Presque Isle Campground. Eager to get up the next day and get started on the hike, I had a light breakfast, so I was really starting to get hungry. We found a nice spot down by the river and decided to stop and have some lunch. What are you cooking there, Carrie? Over the open flame. Nice. found a solution to my blister problem. My Injinji socks. I've always gotten blisters no matter what I wore. Shoes, boots, loose, tight, didn't matter. I always got blisters. And since I've wore these, I haven't got one yet. So this is a true test this trip. The most miles I put on. So we'll see. I didn't think I'd like them because of the toes, but I really didn't notice after I started walking at all. We just had lunch right down there by the falls there, and right here is a table and a bench, fire pit. Could have stopped right here. That's crazy, huh?
We passed a few small waterfalls before reaching Trappers Falls, the largest waterfalls on the Little Carp River. Trappers is a long, gentle slide with about a 30-degree incline. We continued on, anxious to reach our first campsite. Before that, we would need to ford the river a few more times.
Whoop, ah, whoop, ah. Yeah. Ah.
Everybody do the limbo.
LC Site 10. So we passed Trappers here. We're at this campsite right here now. We got another river crossing coming up. Probably about 2 more miles to the mouth of Little Carp. So we reached the end of the Little Carp. Lake Superior that way. We gotta go this way, man.
This way?
Yonder. Turned out to be a beautiful day. The humidity dropped, skies cleared. Little wind, should be a nice sunset right from our camp spot. Yipper. Look at the wall, the wind block they made around the fire pit. So we're just up this way a little bit. There's been some changes in the Porkies this year. They've gone to a reservation system. It used to be first come, first serve for all the backcountry campsites. I'm not sure how I feel about it. It's worked out good for us, but you know, if you're kind of locked in it, having to reserve it. But on the other hand, it's nice knowing you have a campsite. You know, no rush to get to it. What do you think? I'll leave a poll up in the corner.
Here we are at the first campsite, first night of the trip, right on Lake Superior. Couldn't ask for a better spot. This is where I'm set up, right on the beach. Loving it. Thanks, Missy, for the pink hammock.
So I didn't think they were that far apart either. Reached our campsite, site number 8 and 7. Those guys are back there at 7, but I'm thinking of hanging right here. Beachfront property. We arrived at our campsite early and were relieved to find a relatively calm Lake Superior, a very different mood than she appeared the previous night from our sites at Presque Isle Campground.
You gotta like all the furniture at this campsite. Some loungers. Behind Leo over there is some home decor, a cool little stump. Show that in a minute. Table over there. Pretty cool.
Lake Superior is the greatest of the Great Lakes and the world's largest freshwater lake by surface. She has an average depth of 483 feet and a maximum depth just over 1,300 feet.
Go to the other camp spot down there?
I didn't, Ryan did.
Show this picture coming up from. From the phone.
Salute.
Salute.
Cheers.
Ah, how they make it so good and sell it so cheap, I'll never know. Good morning, just hanging out in the hammock, having my coffee. Beautiful morning, beautiful night. Everybody else is still sleeping.
Are you going to the cabin?
What is that?
Hi.
Ah, boo! Look at this big one.
Wow.
Oh, nice!
That was a really good one.
Fozzie's getting his teeth
She's
brushed.
second to the littlest.
I've seen it all.
I've never seen a dog get his teeth.
He loves it.
He does. He comes into the bathroom. He'll sit on the counter and get his teeth brushed.
Yeah, I'll show you the plan for today. We're down here, Lake Superior sites 7 and 8 campsites. We're going to come along here, Lake Superior Trail, cross the mouth of the Big Carp River, follow the Big Carp River Trail. There's a spot we'll have to forge the river right there, and again there. Looks like a mining site, an old mining site. We'll be getting some elevation here. You can see the contour, so we'll be walking along the ridge line there. You can see all the overlooks, and then Lake of the Clouds. We'll go down this steep embankment, cross the bridge, and camp at sites 1 and 2 of Lake of the Clouds. Getting all loaded up. There's my pack, the Osprey Atmos 65. Big selling point is the ventilation on that back. It's an anti-gravity system, and I've went over this before, but I'm not happy with it. It's making a lot of noise, squeaking. It's driving me nuts. I'll show you once I get on the trail. Yeah, so I'm gonna have to send it back, get it figured out, because Ryan's Kelty Redstone 60, Carrie's new pack. This is his maiden voyage with his Kelty Coyote 65. That's a nice pack, man. How's it feeling so far?
Just getting the fine tuning done is the biggest thing.
I'm sure all the lightweight gear junkies are cringing right about now.
Reach your arms in about halfway inside the straps. Just up over, drop it.
Oh yeah, nice. A lot of less awkward twisting and stuff. Try that. Nice.
Yeah, that's pretty good.
So began our second day of hiking. The forecast called for temps in the low 70s Fahrenheit. Just about perfect. We followed the Lake Superior Trail for a short distance before reaching the Big Carp River. So we've reached the mouth of the Big Carp now, and I'm just on top of this hill using the outhouse. But you can see some of the cabin rentals down there.
Oh, it smells so good right here. The view ain't too bad either. We're about a mile into the Big Carp River now, trail, Big Carp River Trail. A few ups and downs, lots of roots and rocks, and plenty of nice views of the river. We're starting to gain some elevation. Sure, the camera's not picking up a pretty steep embankment here, and we'll be climbing a lot higher, but I think most people actually start this trip at Lake of the Clouds and go the opposite way of we're going. But that would be too easy for us, I guess. Big carp number 7 way down there. Camera's not picking it up too good. Looks like a decent campsite right at the top of some falls. So kind of weird, the forest instantly changed. We were in all that old growth hemlock there. And look at the growth on that tree. Wee bit danky in here. It's a big chunk of earth right there. Across the river there, I had to take our boots off, and this was right here, 50 feet away. All right, we ready? Beware of falling rocks. He's up there. Oh, gaining some serious elevation. Now I think we're coming up in the first overlook.
That was a rough one, huh?
Wow.
Yeah, worth it.
What are you having for lunch?
Tortillas and tuna.
Tortillas? Yeah, I think I'm gonna have the same thing.
Worth it? And I said, give me a few minutes, and I'll decide.
You can see Lake Superior way off in the distance. That's kind of where we came. We came all along this ridge line here. Gradual incline all the way. It's beautiful. There you go. Yep.
We're staying on the other side of that river, or what?
We're staying right at the base of the lake there. There's a bridge. Oh, look at this campsite. Nice, huh? You like to wake up to that every morning.
Yeah, no kidding.
Or wake up and walk off the cliff unintentionally.
Try to pee in the middle of the night.
Yeah. Stumble out of the hammock just to roll to your death. Get a little closer. It's gonna make good. Ah. Yeah, that is nice. Hey, nice shirt. Go Pack.
Yeah. Are you from Wisconsin?
Yeah. There's our bridge.
I saw that. I'm like, we're not even that close.
I'm gonna stay out here. So there's Lake of the Clouds. You call it Lake of the Clouds because a lot of times the water temperature is warmer than the air temperature, which creates sea smoke, fog, looks like clouds. Their site right there. What's that?
I didn't think it was gonna be like that.
Oh, is that self-heating thing?
Yeah. Oatmeal.
Wow. So you just add water and it heats itself.
3 to 5 ounces. So
There's
that
a
means it's
packet.
like-
There's an aluminum packet with the food.
Do you have a garbage
You
bag
open
there?
the heating element, put it in that bag, add the packet of the food, add a couple ounces of water, and then it does that.
Wow. What are they, hash browns?
Hash browns, bacon, peppers.
Scott got himself a hammock, first trip with his hammock. How was it? You good night's sleep?
Good enough.
Good enough, yeah. You gotta get a underquilt or a sleeping pad. Frozen butt syndrome kicks in. There's Ryan's pretty pink hammock. He's using my wife's hammock. It's the Darien Dream. How was it?
Huh?
How was it?
That was awesome.
Good.
Slept like a baby.
Me too. Now I'm right here with my war bonnet, Blackbird. Trying something a little different this trip. They make these single cereal packs. And I got some powdered milk. Add a little water to it. It's nice and light. After breakfast, we quickly tore down camp and hit the trail. Most of today's hike would be relatively flat, but first we had to take on a really steep section and work our way out of the river valley.
There she is, Lindsay climbing the sea of snakes, is what we're going to call it. Tree roots everywhere, gigantic snakes. Pretty steep climb though. Hopefully that's it at the top where she's getting to.
We made it out of the river valley and into the interior uplands before the afternoon heat. The weather was perfect the whole trip, and this was another great day for a hike. You got there?
Hmm?
What do you got?
Raspberries.
Oh, first. A few miles from our campsite, we would reach beautiful Mirror Lake, one of Michigan's highest lakes at 1,538 feet.
The parking lot. But that was 10 years ago.
We gotta cross the river right here again.
Oh, there is another point. But
Yep.
now, are we on the North Country Trail now, or?
No, the North Country Trail's on here. We'll be beating it after Lily Pond.
Taking a little break here at Mirror Lake. Just cameled up.
After passing Lily Pond, we entered the final stretch of our trip. This section of trail is shared with the North Country National Scenic Trail, or the NCT. When completed, it'll be the longest of the National Scenic Trails at around 4,600 miles. Before long, we reached the Little Carp River, the same trailhead where we started the trip, completing our 3-day loop. Thanks for coming along, and we look forward to the next Smith Family Odyssey, so stay tuned. If you're not already subscribed to the channel, please do so by clicking on the logo. And if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. Thanks for watching Up North Adventures.